Everybody, I'm TheSlicer here with Pulsar Lost Colony. Now, I already did a couple of videos on this with a couple of friends and us playing. If you guys want to see that, hopefully there'll be a link in the subscription. But I'm doing a tutorial video of everything and anything in the game so far. We are in currently the latest version, beta 5.1, as you can see up there, or right there. And this game is very complicated, so I thought that I'd just do a tutorial video on it. And there's been a couple of people in other videos that have been asking for this. So here we have the menu. That's basic, but I'm gonna start a new cruise. Now there are many ships to choose from right now. That's not very well. That's kind of going out, but this is the newest ship. But I'm just going to do the Intrepid because it's the easiest layout to get a hold of. You know, it's all kind of symmetrical, good for starting people, and I personally like it. You can do private crew. I don't want anyone to join. So you might be wondering what Iron Man mode does. That's basically no saving. That's as far as I know. So it's sort of a harder, more realistic mode, if you really would like that. Now in Pulsar there are multiple roles. You got the captain, pilot, scientist, weapons, and engineer. So the captain, you have to have a captain. That's why I can't ready up captain only. That's weird. So the captain just is the guy that points fingers. He doesn't do much, but he's the one who buys the parts. He's the one who spreads the money around with everybody. He's the one who charts the location. You know, he's got a lot of more things that he can do that are restricted to much of the crew. So the pilot is the person that would fly the ship. You know, he'd be always at a station, just trying to maneuver his best. And if you're the pilot, it'd be really nice if you'd allow for the guns to actually shoot the other ship. That's, yeah. Okay, so then the scientist is stationed right here, and he can deploy viruses at the enemy. And he can also change the shields to be more effective, and do other such things to get rid of the viruses and boost ships' stats and other things. The weapons, he's the guy who, you know, pew pew pew, he just shoots all the other ships inside his little room. He can pilot the main turret, and no one else can unless they get a certain talent, unless they remove that. I'm pretty sure it's still there. But then they got the engineer, my favorite, honestly. He's the one who would usually be diverting power to different things to make sure the reactor doesn't overheat, and he decide what to turn on and off on the auxiliary, initiate jump, and use cooling and all that stuff. So I have to be the captain. It's just me. So you might be wondering what that fuel thing is. I can't actually use it in here. It's for your jetpack. You just double tap space and you'll fly around, but you can't do it inside your ship. So what should we do first? This is the captain's chair. So this is one of the new things, and you can look around. You can see everything, and then you can also see points, space stations, and galaxies and empty space that you can jump to. Sort of like the pilot can. Because before, only the pilot, if you're piloting a ship, could do that. And any person can pilot a ship, not just the pilot, which is pretty cool. So let's explain these. So these monitors are all over the ship. They show the ship's status and systems. So we got the engineering, weapons, life support, and science. It shows the ship's hull, shields, and the reactor, which is this is how hot it is, and the QT shield, or quantum shield, I think it is. What that is, it's a sort of separate shield that will go offline at when the ship's shields hit like 75%. And basically what that means is that the enemy can teleport over to you. Or was it 90%? I think it was 90%. So as long as that's online, no one can teleport over to your ship. But if that goes offline, then they can come to you. Same thing goes for you wanting to go over to their ship. Okay, let's do the scientist. So the scientist has a bunch of stuff he can do. So he can change the shields, whether modularly or be static, which gives you various buffs and debuffs. So like physical damage or energy defense. Wait, physical defense, gosh. Which different weapons that you fire are different types. So you got lasers, which are energy, so you want to put that on modulate. Or missiles and stuff would be physical. So you got all these other things here. EM, quantum, I think that is. RA is radiation, and then LF is life support. No, life, I don't know. I'm not the greatest at this, but EM, that'll go up if you use more power or do something else a little crazy. As you see, when I change this affects the EM. The lower the EM, the harder it will be for enemy ships to detect you. Well, lower all of this. This all is a part in the way enemy ships detect you. So if you have a nuke on board, then this radiation is going to go up slightly, and then if it's armed, it'll spike a lot. So if you see an enemy ship with a lot of radiation, they're probably arming a nuke, and that'd be really bad. And here we have the search. I'll explain that later. And then here we have the programs, which is a big piece in the scientist. So he can do various buffs or put various viruses on the enemy. So like this is shield boosting, this is thruster booster, this is an antivirus, I'm pretty sure, it gets rid of all viruses that are on your ship. And then emergency shield boosting again. So you got two of those, which is good. And you can execute the program and it'll do whatever it says. Now you can get viruses as two, okay, English. But they'll pop up right here, and this will also show the viruses that are on the enemy ship or are trying to get on the enemy ship. And over here we have the sensors, which will show your enemy stuff like this. So Big Red, which is the name of this ship, it did give us some information. This is this vessel. Okay. Oh wait. Oh yeah. I see. So saying that we're on this vessel, and is a match to GX entry 7. So general entry 7, I think is what that means. So I do GX 7, enter. It'll search, and then it'll bring up our ship, and you can learn more various things about it. Oh yeah, by the way, press spacebar will lock your camera. So you know, if you don't like doing this, pressing all the buttons, then you can hold down spacebar and it'll be a bit nicer for you, which is nice. I just haven't gotten the habit to doing it. And so here you can see all the divided power. So obviously we got science going the most, because science on idle uses energy for like virus defense. So we can also scan the station right there, which is very screwed up. Oh wait, no, we can't. Used to be able to do that because of that, but you know, it does not appear hostile. Don't want to shoot that. Nothing really happens if you shoot it, as far as I know. I should have really checked out this update before I played this, but whatever. You got the... Yeah, okay, so this is the engineering station on the bridge. Like, these stations are also dotted around in the rooms. But I always like doing it from the bridge, because you can see all the action. But the engineer can divert power to different places. Now, nothing's happening right now, but so it's kind of hard to show. But so engineering is like engines. You give more power to that, then the pilot will be able to move faster. And this little white arrow shows where the max is. So power will not exceed right here. And these are all lined up perfectly to this total usage. So if you took this and put it right here, you find that that's exact same. If you see the line, see, it's the exact same. So that's cool. And so if we had something else running, then you'd also see that it was the exact same. Let me fire a weapon. Maybe I can get that to work. So this is a weapons place. I'll explain that once we get here. Yeah, so weapons are charging. So, oh, well, it just got done. So it was using NG, and you would have found that it was stacked on top of each other perfectly. And if I gave the weapons more power, then their weapons would charge faster. Give them full power and just be like rapid fire. So give shields more power, you can expect that the shields would charge faster. They go up faster. Science Lab, you give that more power. Right here, the reason it's using power is for antivirus, to stop viruses from coming in. So if you gave it like no power, not much at all, then it would viruses would be able to get in more easily. So this is that menu. And then right here we have the auxiliary, so you can turn off various things, and most of them have a purpose. I don't think climate control has a purpose really, but the rest of them I think do. Yeah. But anyway, this number indicates how much power you will save by turning it off. So this is how much extra power is giving to your reactor. So if I turn everything off here, you're going to see that this bar is going to increase because it is able to output more power. And you can actually see when it goes to the edge of the screen, these other bars get smaller. That's because it's trying to match this big bar up with all these ones. So if you stack this over here, it'll still be accurate. So I can turn off the lights. That will only save me a little bit of power, but if you really want it, then you can do that. Missile lock on, you know, that's a smart thing to have on. It doesn't cost that much, but still, if you're good at aim, you can have that off, save a bit of power. If you know, we don't need any oxygen, then you know you can turn that off, and the oxygen will start to deplete. I don't think climate control does anything right now, so you could just leave that off, and also you can hold click, and you could just, it's always fun to do that. So right here is the jump prep. So the pilot cannot jump to a new sector without this thing being prepped first. Oh, that's cool. So this goes to the science lab. So if I put that down to very low, the jump calculation is going to go very slow. If I give it all the power in the world, it's going to go a little faster. Which it's also needs some to engineering. Is that the warp drive charge? I don't know. And now it's done, but the ship is not aligned. It needs to be aligned in order to jump to a place that you wish to go. So yeah, could attempt to go a little bit up there. And so we got another screen here, but you also have climate. So if I could put this on low and stuff. Did I just say climate? No, coolant reserve, which you can use to cool down the core in times of need. So if you put it on high, then it's going down very fast, but it'll cool the core more easy. Put it on low, it'll just sort of, most of the time, slow it down. Fuel capsules, which is you need to jump to places. And the distress call, which is for if you run out of fuel capsules, then you put this distress on. You can put clone union signal, general stress. No, please. So if a civilian ships, you can trade with that person, and that you can spend money to get more fuel. So that's pretty cool. Now, I think that's everything in this room. I'll go over the pilot station. So this is pretty complicated. Kind of forgot how to do this. Oh god, that looks cool. They kind of changed the visual effects too. That's really cool. Okay, so this is pilot screen, so you can see that I can go to many places. So when it turns blue, that means we are lined up, and then I can come over here and I can press this button and it will go into jump. Maybe I'll show that at the end of the video, but I'd rather not jump into enemy and I have to fight it. This is one of the main hubs. Yeah, it's kind of screwed up. So that's the pilot for you. And then it also has 2 modes, which is auto, which means that, see, I look up, it'll automatically readjust to that, to the position of my mouse. But if I look sideways, it won't adjust that way. That you have to use that with the arrow keys. The W key goes forwards, the S key goes backwards, the A and D key makes your ship turn left and right. So it's a way to control for beginners, but I honestly like manual better. Which how that works is D and A do the same exact thing, but this time W and S make you go up and down, and click, I go forwards, control, I go backwards. Pretty cool. And then also, so touch controls, binary is the normal, and then precise is when it's sort of a toggle. So if I hold down, you see that bar goes up and it's toggling it. So I can go to full speed, and it's a bit better for power management. Go full verse, which is pretty cool. I think it'll actually, no one. Devs, if you're watching this, that'd be a cool thing to add. If it would just keep going. If it would just keep going, and you know, I could just watch it keep going, that'd be good, cool. So now going in the back, we have the teleporter room. So, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, on the pilot, there's underbelly armor for your ship. Oh yeah, Q and E also roll the ship. So on the underside of the ship, if you take any damage from the underside, then no systems will be damaged inside the ship. That's so cool. That just shows that this game is actually live, sort of. So if you've taken a lot of system damage and you need to repair them, then go to your underside belly. But that means your guns probably won't be able to hit them, which sucks. So we got another one of these screens. And then this is the teleport room, and also a cargo bay. So if you collect any scrap or something on a planet, then it'll go in these slots. More of these are in this room. So this is teleport. We can teleport to like the outpost right there, which is pretty cool. Teleport back, please, please, please. Thank you. There's nothing scary there. It's just, and then up here you also have just pages. So if you want to teleport to a repair bay or something, then you can do that. Now let's go into the science lab. So science lab, this right here is annex. I think that's how you say it. You guys will respawn here if you die, and you can also, if you're damaged and you want to heal yourself, you can come in here and it'll heal you. If I'm pretty sure this works. If this atrium, yeah, atrium. So if that's on, if that's off, then it won't heal you, or at least it shouldn't. Got another one of those screens, and then you can also change this stuff in here. So if you didn't want to be on the bridge and you just kind of wanted to be in your own little station, you can be in here. And then this is the system that you might want to prepare. Will get damaged if your ship takes damage. And the less health this has, then the less effective it will be. So it'll be harder for your viruses to get into the enemy ship, and it'll be easier for their viruses to pierce your firewall. So there's that. And then the weapons, you can control the weapons. I got these nice little windows. Just another one of those. So a nuke will go here. We don't have a nuclear device, but there'll be a button right here. You click it, it'll show all of the nukes in the cargo. Not in cargo, there should be a slot for it, but you click on that, so chamber loaded, and then you flip these levers. You need 2 people for this. I don't think one person can do this, so you need to like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and so the reason for that is because enemies can board you. You don't want someone just arming a nuke away. Go. So that'll arm it, and that will cause for your radiation for the scientists. That little number, number should spike once it's armed. And the device away means that it's launched, and you know it's going and it's gonna explode. Now I will warn you, if you have a nuke, don't detonate it. Be like really far away, like really far. Like you will get obliterated if you're anywhere near it. Okay. So don't use it when you're really close to the enemy. So here we have another room. Is this room actually bigger? Looks bigger. I think it's bigger. Doesn't this room look bigger? Okay, but here we have all the lockers for your peoples. Yeah, here you go, the slicers. That's my name. So blue's captain, pilot, scientist, weapons, and engineers. And you can look in their stuff. I don't think you can take it out. Maybe the captain can. I don't think. Yeah, I can. Okay. I'm not sure if other people can. This is a new thing, and I haven't really played around with it because I have to be the captain for this. And by the way, this the scientist gets a scanner, and only scientist. So the scanner can the scanner can show you items of interest. So pickups. The ceiling has been redone. Pickups, enemies, friendlies, and I think there's one else. Doors, I think. Lounge, which is right here. Yeah, it's just a lounge. It's not a whole lot of purpose to it, but not every room needs to have purpose. It's just simply a lounge. Play some cards. It'd be cool if we could sit down, though. That'd be really interesting feature, but we got another thing here. So, you know, you can watch your enemies hopefully perish in your lounge. Yeah. And then we have the life support, which in here, the life support system. Oh yeah, and then the weapons also has a system. It's right here. I didn't explain this. So you can fire these. This is laser beam by default. This one is another gun, which is a little pew pew. Oh yeah, then this is the missile control. So if you want to fire different missiles, we only have one, and then you can target a certain system on the enemy ship. And so it just has some information on the missile you're firing. But I can't outright this because I'm not the weapons dude. Only weapons can do that. But that's the main cannon. It's absolutely huge. It does an incredible amount of damage, and it requires a lot of power. So we got some more slots for cargo here. And okay, back to the life support. So his system is right here. So if the weapons gets destroyed, you know, that's, you can kind of guess that would make the weapons also charge faster. If this gets destroyed, the more damage it is too, the less effective it will be at creating oxygen. So when it's destroyed, your oxygen, it's gone. It's going down. This is an exosuit, so if a planet is hazardous, so let's say low temp, high temp, no oxygen, you want to put this on. Or if your suit loses oxygen, ship loses oxygen, you can put that on and you'll be fine. Just pretty cool. And when that's on, you can't use the jetpack, and you move a decent amount slower. So when you're on a ship or somewhere that is inhabitable, then I suggest taking that off. And plus, you look quite dumb with it on. That's my opinion, though. Some people think you look cool, and this is my favorite room, the engineering. Okay, so here we have the core, which is pretty cool. So if, let's say I turn off the lights, and I somehow get this thing to use more energy, the light, it will emit more light. Let me see if I can make it do that by firing some guns. Crap. So yeah, it's emitting more light now because it's powering more things, and it should dim down. There we go, dim down again. So that's really cool. So if you, this would be one time when I wouldn't want to be on the bridge, but you know, every light is off. And if you press F, it'll open up your flashlight, which is a cool feature. I'd rather just turn the lights back on. So right here, you might have been wondering what this low fuel was. It puts it in there. Hopefully there'll be better animation for that. But how the we just launched fuel. But how the scientist works is with his programs. You see the little dots. When he executes those all go away, and every time you jump, some of those will be filled. I think it's 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. I don't know the exact number, but whenever you jump, we use fuel. The dots will get filled some, and the more dots means the longer it's gonna take, more jumps for it to come back. So that's how those works, and you can't, obviously not ready, so nothing's gonna happen. But I just boosted that's just for 30 seconds and not even using that. But that's what that is for. So if you ever want, you know, extra shield boosting, then you would eject some stuff. Yeah, it even says right here, manual program charging station. So that's pretty cool, and we've got all of our systems right here, so we don't need to be on the bridge if we don't want to. And then here's the engines. So this will power the engines, I'm pretty sure. So if that gets destroyed, engines gone. So this is the core safety toggle. Okay, so what that does is whenever the core overheats, a safety toggle is activated and it shuts down for about 10 seconds and cools quite quickly. So if you ever need that last minute of power and you cannot risk shutting down everything, so the weapons will stop charging, the engines will stop working, you know, everything will stop, just stop, like, immediately, if it goes to 100% overheat. But you could turn that off and it won't automatically shut off anymore, and then the title screen will go red. Okay, so yeah, bad things will happen if that stays in a core critical state for too long. In other words, your core it'll kind of blow up your ship. It basically will turn into a nuke that will detonate in about 30 seconds. It'll actually say that. It'll say eject core, and how you do that is you click this button right here. Nothing happens, obviously, because we're not overheating. There's no reason for us to do that. I think the main reason for that is so somebody doesn't just join a game and be a douche and just it's gone. Okay. Because people like to do that thing. So this is like power to everything. So this is shields. So you can see up there on big red, our shields go out. And then the bar below is hull, if you're wondering. And then the green bar is the status of our alert level. That's what that stuff is right there. So I think this is I don't know, but let me check. Yeah, that's monitors. So no, pull lever first. I'm core. Lovely. 6. Just a sec. So when you do that, you kinda gotta. It's right here. Great. So if let's say you got an abysmal amount of viruses and like oh crap, nothing works. So this ship has an antivirus, but let's say that wasn't available at the time. You know, if it wasn't available, you'd probably use this thing instead. But let's say you didn't have the program at all, you would reboot the ship. So entire ship shuts off, no power. I don't think the engines work or anything like that, because this thing is basically making power, but it's not going anywhere. So you got a 6-step startup sequence. Pull lever 1. Lights back on. Boot ship OS, which is operating system. So that'll take a little bit of time. Pull level 2. And that's like all the screens and stuff. Prime warp core. And then nail shields, which is pull level 3. And then you're done. So your shields will be down for quite a while, and it's a very difficult thing to do, but you'll find that all your viruses are gone, but they were done here to begin with, so I can't really show that, but everything is like fresh new shot. And that's pretty much everything. I don't think I missed anything. Oh yeah, so this is your weapon, and you got a cool little heat bar there. You can actually go over the bar, but it'll shoot slower. And then you also got the repair gun, which will repair these systems. This one doesn't need repairing, or none of them should need repairing. Wait, let's just make it need repairing. So there's that. It's got a cool little black stuff that shows on it, indicating it's damaged. So we can just repair it. And also, if a system drops below 50% health, then it has a chance, great chance to start a fire. And then the system will start to burn and take damage automatically. And then right here, you can see that a system is on fire. So that's engineering. And also fires consume oxygen, so eventually our plus oxygen will turn into negative if enough systems are on fire. That probably won't happen. I don't think I can actually die from this fire. Oh, I can definitely die from that. Let's just go heal in the med bay, because we have that. This should work. Yes, it is. So obviously getting healed up. Num num num. Thank you for injecting those beautiful needles into my ass. Okay, firing. Dude. So this thing is gonna take a greater amount of damage now because there's more fire. So how you put that out? Well, you got a fire extinguisher gun thing, which is really cool. And they made it, depending on the size of the fire, it'll be a little bit more difficult to put it out. Or at least it should be. So this thing looks entirely different. It's almost completely back, and it should get fixed. Yep, there we go. It gets the black little pieces go away, and it all looks very new again because this handy dandy nano repair gun thing. I imagine it's nano. I don't know what else could be. So it's pretty much everything. But there's another thing in the world. Now there are these repair stations. This is some quick tips I'd like to give. So the thing right there, that's a the automated trading station. And so what this will do is it will it enables you to trade with peoples. Well, it's just a robot, it's not really a person. And you can trade parts for your ship, and you can also trade other. Why are my engines firing? Okay, that's a bug. Visual glitch thing that needs to be addressed. There we go. That's impossible to okay. That's really hard to like not. Okay. So if you want to repair your ship, let's see, you're taking some hull damage. Also the spotlights on the auxiliary page, that does a spotlight on your ship. And if you do bump into things, your shields will take damage. But you see up there? Oh yeah, lasers. Yeah, these are repair lasers, but they can't repair our ship with shields up. So the engineer would just come down back here and clip shields off. Then it can repair you. But let's say you didn't want to pay the fee because it is quite a hefty fee. You can just be like, yeah, pirate's life for me. Woo. And you can go to the repair depot, which you're not supposed to do. It's supposed to be a guard here, but our ship is down there. You can't see it, but trust me, it's down there. And we can repair the ship, but for one, it doesn't need repairing. For two, the shields are active, so we can't do that. I don't think there's really anything in here. Maybe one day there would. But if you do kill this guy, and you do, the killing guy won't do anything, but if you repair the ship, then the chaos level will go up. Let me explain the chaos level. So, oh wait. Yee. This thing has been changed a lot. I'm talking evidently. Yeah, I am. So the chaos level, which is chaos, or you. The higher that is, the more dangerous ships you will encounter in the universe. So at first it will just be like security zones or something small, something easy with systems that are fairly easy to counter. But as it increases, then it'll get a little harder. Now when it gets really high, you might just want to consider boarding their ship and taking all their stuff. Now tips for boarding: when you do board, just smash everything. When you do board, the monitors will be locked, and so how to unlock them? Well, you just stand there with them, and there will be a little bar. Once that fills, you can like press buttons and screw up everything. Maybe you want to activate everything just to get rid of it at times that you don't need it. Maybe you want to kill everybody, which would be not a bad idea. Maybe you want to, power down everything. But an easier way to do that would be just to come back here as pirate and just find these levers and turn them all off. Maybe you could overheat the entire thing, or you could capture it. How you capture it is you just go up to like 10 monitors, capture all those monitors, and then somewhere on the ship, I think it's somewhere on one of these screens because it's all over the place. There'll be a claim ship button. You click that, and your ship will be yours. And then the other ship, your old ship, well, it won't be yours anymore. It won't. I don't think it'll be hostile either. I think it'll just be neutral. It won't do anything. But what about all my cargo? Well, you just teleport back to your other ship, and you collect the cargo. Pretty easy. So, I think I've covered everything. Yeah. But pulsar is very complicated. If there's anything that I missed, please do tell me in the comments, and I'd be happy to answer for you if I do know it. But oh yeah, it's also the star map. Let me explain this. So these things right here are shops and repair bays, so you can repair your ship there. And then the blue is the Colonial Union, and then the red is the WD Corp. Depending on what ship you chose, you'll be on the opposing faction. And then the pink is the Fluffy Biscuit Company. There's not a whole lot of those. Just a couple dots here and there. And this will change over time. This is not a static thing. These all these dots will change. And is that orange I see? Yes, it is. So that's the infected. Those will spread quite quickly. That red won't be red for that much longer. A couple of jumps and maybe you'll see a bit of yellow already. Then maybe at the end of the day they'll have this entire piece. Effective, very vicious. Don't go there. Just don't. You'll get shredded. But these things are warp gates. They if you go to a warp gate, which you always start at sector 0. That's where the Colonial Union main hub is, and it always starts next to a repair bay and repair shop. Most of the time. I've never really had a time that it hasn't. And from this one, we can go to any of these other ones. So it's a quick way to get around without like jump, and you get the point. And then these cash signs are basically special shops that you can buy very expensive but rare items at that no other shop really has to offer. So that's where you get like the level 11 or really high level stuff, because these shops, they only have like level 5 or 6 stuff. Oh yeah, the white dots are neutral. I'm pretty sure anyone could have really guessed that. And those will get captured over time, but I'm pretty sure this is all randomly generated. But that's everything. Oh, you can also, as captain, you can plot course to places, and it looks really nice. Just a beautiful white line for you. And you can do different stuff. That is syncing out automatically. Okay, but that's really cool. And when you do that, then see that one's highlighted now. It's pretty simple. But I'm TheSlicer. This has been Pulsar, a tutorial, a tour, a whatever you'd like to call it. A tour of the ship. That would be good. But I'm the captain, and I am signing out. See you later, guys.